You know, I met a retired Marine Lieutenant Colonel about a little over 20 years ago at a networking event once, and we were talking about leadership, right? We were standing over the side talking about leadership. And he told me something emphatically, and it's something you've all heard, or most of you probably heard. And he said, Brett, you manage processes and you lead people, and don't ever, ever confuse the two. And it stuck with me, right? And then as I've gone through my life and I start to look back and you start to understand that and you start to really see where this plays out in real life in real time. So one of the things I see that people make the biggest mistake is they try to manage people when really what they're trying to do is manage the process, right? They're managing the person as if the person is a process, and it doesn't work. Well, you get some results, but you don't get much. You don't get greatness. You don't get their best. So the thing is that you put a process into place and you lead people to execute the process, but you have to lead the person down that path. And I think one of the reasons that we screw this up is because I don't think we teach leaders how to lead people anymore. I think we teach leaders how to manage a process, and they just think the person is the process, right? I mean, you have data, you have KPIs, you have metrics, you have all this stuff that tells, quote, the leader what's going on. And then we try to manage or micromanage or force that person to do that process in that way. And that's fine. The problem is that you're not leading the person. You're not inspiring the person. You're not dealing with the human being that is there executing the process that you're creating. People are not processes. People are not assets in that way. People are human beings that follow leaders through emotional connection and through inspiration into why am I doing this? If you help them understand why they're doing the process this way and how it ties into them, then you're leading people into execution and you're not trying to manage people as opposed to the process.